All right, let's go.
Good to see you back, Gil.
I don't know if you guys noticed this shirt, but it's time to put your business in game. Speed better be on. The slow agents lose. I can't tell you how many agents over the years that I didn't move on quick enough and somebody beat me to it. And it's like having a listing sign in your neighbor's front yard doesn't have your name on it. Guys,
Mm.
we're like we're coming into a market. We're no, we're deep in a market where people need support, they need training, they need help, and people are just saying yes. I got to tell you, because of this community and this mastermind, I personally feel like I've been engaged, and I just want to say thank you guys for like showing up every Friday morning at 9 o'clock. And I know this is Memorial Day weekend and people are already out of town, but you guys have made it part of your business to stay in touch with what the company's offering, stay in touch with the tools and resources that are winning in agent attraction. And I had my best month ever as far as personal recruits. And it's just because I've been just doing some of the things that you guys have suggested, right? That we've talked about on this call. Obviously, EXP rolling out some new tools. I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of the things that came out on the uh, agent attraction meeting in Dallas last week, and and things that you should be using inside of your agent attraction conversations. But I can tell you, let me listen to get EXP is doing everything they have to do. Like I'm inspired, excited. Uh, like this company's doing things I've never seen companies do, right? They obviously have put all things in gear to make sure that we got the best tools available, and it's not even in question, right? And Leo was on stage and he was just letting down stuff, right? So, first off, anybody got any blessings that they want to share? Anybody recruit somebody recently? And somebody's doing any tools, anybody's doing something that's working for them that they want to quickly share, which want to take about 5 or 10 minutes to acknowledge.
I'll start it off. I'll break the ice.
Go
I
ahead, bud.
brought on uh, two new team members yesterday, and one of them is a co-sponsor with somebody from Orlando. So I'm
No kidding.
excited about that. Yep.
Good
Yep.
stuff. Good
It's
stuff.
actually
So
Corinne. She called me up and she was like, "Hey, I got somebody over there and want you to work with them. They're really close to where you are." We hopped on a Zoom, connected, and we got an application in.
good stuff. So you got to see like the value of them just picking somebody who's in a local market, and we would never do that before. Before it was like, do I take this person? Do I? And you know what the problem I think was with before co-sponsoring, and I hate to admit this personally, but there's a little bit of greed, right? Like I know the right thing is just let that recruit go to somebody who's local, right? But now we can share. Man, it's so valuable. I'm so excited that that agent now has Corinne and you guys to kind of help them their journey. It's going to be incredible. That's good stuff. I still haven't seen the Dropbox yet. So did you actually see them on board?
No, I mean it was just yesterday.
Okay, all right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Love to hear that.
I'll share as
Who
well.
else?
Go ahead,
I
Devin.
had someone just as recently as 2 days ago, Vincent, of someone who just signed up for the application, right? So, but it was someone who reached out to me that I knew. They had seen me be in real estate, but they were interviewed 7 different brokerages in a matter of 2 days, right? So they were eager, ready to make it
Wow.
happen. So I said, you know what? My same process has been, you know what? If you see my success, let me introduce you to the people who have helped me get here. And I tell my story in a way that someone who knew how to do transactions, but when I made the shift and followed these people, my business exploded. So I didn't change brokerages, I followed people. So put her in a Zoom call with Bobby, and we all know how Bobby is and makes you feel comfortable. So by the end, she said, "Nope, I'm joining with you guys." And one of the key things that I learned a little bit more from her interviewing 7 different brokers was the fact that every other broker seems to charge her a fee for coaching, for this mentorship, for this program. And we just offer it, right? Fast cap, and the ones that we have in our office, having a mentor. So she was all on board within an hour of a Zoom call.
I love that. I wrote that down. I didn't change brokerages. I follow people. You guys all got to write that down because that's something that should resonate with the people that you speak with.
And Bobby
Congrats.
says it
Awesome.
all the time. People don't follow brokerages; they follow people. And I stress that. I'm like, what does your first 90 days look like? What does your first 2 years look like? What does your first 4 years look like? You rely less heavily on your brokerage a year, two, three
Mhm.
years in, but you do rely on people day in and day out.
Well said, Devin. Well said. Super excited for you, man. Anybody else before we start up?
Um, well, my last week open house where I open house for outside agents too, since many agents don't get helped. Two of them have signed up for my last open house for a house, but for agents to join the EXP.
Dude,
So
Chris, way to
I
go.
haven't
Put
seen
that
them.
guy on spotlight. I want to hear more about this. Chris, so tell me,
Um,
you had an open
you know,
house, agents came in, and let me just kind of
well,
frame this because
I
hold on.
invite agents. Go ahead.
So here's what I always get frustrated when I hear, hey, you had an open house this weekend? Yeah, but everybody came in with their agent. Awesome. Tell me more. So Chris, you were discouraged by that. You did open house. You had some people that came in, and tell me how you had started the conversation and moved it on. Tell me more.
Oh, so it's better than what you think.
Oh,
I
even better.
meet agents at open houses, and as I'm talking to them, they don't know how to do an open house. They don't know the system. They don't qualify their buyers. I don't do private showings unless you're a qualified buyer. So they wait to an open house to show it to their clients. And I just, hey, look, I'm sorry. It's the mentor in me as a certified one at EXP, but I like helping agents. And then, really? You do that? Yeah. And I do that for all agents, blah, blah, blah. So I said, look, if you don't know what it is, hey, you're welcome to help me at my next open house. I'm always short staffed and I'm nicknamed the Flash Agent. I do 7 open houses in one day, and I can always use agents to assist me. So,
That's
well, Chris,
awesome.
I'll help you. So I said, look, you could keep the buyers. I'll just ask for a small referral fee, and I'll help you through the process. So last Saturday, I think it was, I had no agents in my organization to help me. I had, I think, 2 or 3 agents that came outside of EXP, and 2 of them said, Chris, you do this. If I join, I do this to anyone, even if you're not part of my company. And I just got 2. I didn't think it was gonna be that fast. I was trying to introduce them to Vincent. I told them about Jay Kinder and everything. And they're like, no,
That's
Chris,
awesome.
I'm signing up. And they send me a screenshot. I haven't seen it on my portal yet, but they're in the process of it. But yeah, it's just over delivery. I wasn't even selling. They were asking me about EXP and signed up without even knowing the whole system. I was like, look, let me send you the video. And again, hey, I invite agents for EXP. Many know that, and even outside agents, so
That's incredible. Listen, guys, I can tell you actions get results, but that is a hyper action. I thought you were doing open houses and they were coming to your open house. You're going to their open house and trying to help them optimize what they're doing at the brokers that they're at. Like, that's freaking phenomenal. I'm going to give you a big clap for that one, Chris.
thank
Good
you.
job. And you brought in 2 this month already. That's awesome, man. So, Chris, you're going to be super excited about what I'm going to go over today because there's so many freaking tools that you as a certified mentor can open up in front of them and just be like, hey, here's another tool. Hey, by the way, just join up to this one. Hey, by the way, I can help you, right? And with a servant's heart, you'll have 1,000 people in your organization, Chris. Super excited. So, Vince, got a chance to go to the meeting over in Dallas. Leo was on stage, and Leo doesn't disappoint. He talked about the market, he talked about teams, he talked about solo agents. I was there in the production, so I had to kind of. My kids are graduating from different schools this week, so today actual graduation for my oldest twins. So they're walking
Congrats.
stage
Wow.
today. It's I got a house full of people, but I was like, I'm not missing the agent attraction call. This is going to be awesome. I want to share some key dates with you guys because I think that if you're an agent attractor, you need to know what's going on at all times. So the very first thing I want to share with you guys, if you guys can see my screen, hopefully, is some dates that are coming up. So the next Attractors Mastermind is actually September 9th. And the production mastermind, you do need to have an invite for that, but it is for the top 250 teams. It's going to be in Scottsdale. I would try to figure out how to make that happen. If you've never been to that, you do need to get in. Normally, you have to qualify, but I can tell you, I've seen some people who just nudged a little bit. And Wendy Forsyth, write that name down, is the important person you want to nudge to see about getting into that September 9th attraction mastermind. If this is part of your business and you're serious about this, the people in that room, the masterminds that they're doing, I'm gonna tell you, I will not waste your time. This is by far one of the best resources that I get to visit and be around some winning people. Obviously, you guys know we have EXP cons now worldwide. I think actually Rebecca is going to the EXP con in Barcelona. Man, what a great way to write off some
Me
stuff and just go
too.
on a. And Maria Brown's going. That's freaking awesome, man. Like what a like that what a great reason to just go to another country and be able to celebrate our company. That's freaking awesome. I'm not gonna be able to make that. That actually falls right within my wife and I's anniversary, so we're gonna be on a Virgin cruise that time. And then they announced Win Orlando, which is I wish I knew the acronym. Maybe Rebecca, you know it, but it's a Women's International Networking. Could be Orlando, so that's coming up September 15th and 16th. Did I get the acronym right? Does that sound right?
Women's International Network. Yeah.
Network. Okay, I was close enough. Obviously, October 28th to 23rd, EXPCon. All of you guys are going to be there, I'm sure. That is in beautiful Miami. It's a great time to be in Miami in October. It's not too hot, so you get the breeze. If you want to go to South Africa in February 17th to 21st, they will have an EXPCon there. We have regional rally window from March 23rd, April 23rd next year. And then the next big one there, they're planning EXPCon internationally in Paris in 2026. So they're giving you a whole year of kind of like thinking in advance, right? But those are the dates. I don't think they finalized the hotel and stuff like that. And then in 2026, October 7th through the 10th will be Salt Lake City EXPCon, which I think that's going to be awesome to be there. I don't know if it's snowing in October in Salt Lake City. Maybe it is, but that should be a lot of fun. So things to put on your calendar, right? And start thinking ahead. So one of the things that I think I love about Leo is Leo's always looking at like, what is the competition saying about us, right? Like, hey, if they're going to talk shit, we should know what they're talking shit about, right? And one of the things that they'd like to talk shit about is the $85 a month. So Leo said, well, how can we hack that $85 a month? And he decided we're going to do CRM of choice. So we're going to give even more value for the $85 a month. Going forward, EXP agents will have a time to decide which CRM they want to go on, right? And there's going to be several CRM choices, and there's actually more than I can list here. So the CRMs that are of choice that are going to be on it, they're not on this here. They're still going to have access to KV Core, but it'll be an advanced KV Core system, and it's called something else. They're going to have Lofty. They're negotiating with Sierra, and they're negotiating with Follow Up Boss. So this way, when somebody looks at like, well, what am I getting for my $85 fee? Well, they're getting SkySlope, they're getting Canva Pro, they're getting Sisu, they're getting Frame, which is how we get into EXP world. They're getting Slack, they're getting EXP University, and they're getting their CRM of choice. That's a big deal. I can tell you right now, like, if you just took Sisu, like that's $85 a month. I think Canva Pros might be $25, $30 a month or something like that. But like Slack, SkySlope, all those are tools that individual agents end up paying for. So now what we're doing is we're giving over the top value. There's going to be a if you notice, it says $85 or $139 because the Canadians were in the room too, and they pay $139 in Canada. We pay $85 nationwide. One thing that Leo said, which I thought was pretty brilliant, he's like, "Hey, by the way, that 85, that's not going up. Like that's not going up." Now he didn't go. I think he almost said never, which I wish he would like, but like his intention is 80. It's going to stay $85, right? So I think some agents have mentioned it's like, oh, I wonder if that's going to go up. Or nope, $85 a month. We're just going to keep adding more value for the $85. So CRM choice might be
$10,000 of value. That's what I heard him say. That's what he wants to add.
$10,000 of value.
$10,000 worth of value, right? So it's
Way
a
over
no-brainer.
that.
That's what we're looking to do. So I'm excited to see what else they add. But this is an impressive suite, and that CRM of choice, genius, right? Because now they can't say, "Hey, I don't like KV Core. I'm not going to use that anyway." I use Lofty. I use Follow Up Boss. How much do you pay
Yeah,
for
our
that? What if
Sierra
you
is going to
get
be there
that with
too. I think
us?
they're negotiating.
Amazing.
There's a couple other ones in there that I think are just they're just going to keep loading it up, right? So I think being able, you got to think people are pretty pretty loyal to their CRM. Like they'll change brokerages and keep the CRM. So being able to say, hey, listen, we're going to have Follow Up Boss and we're going to give it to you at a discount. We're going to save you money, right? Like with the tools that they've got in there, like somebody, like especially a mega team, could probably save like $40,000-$50,000 a year with some of the discounts that we're offering, rather than being independent. That's when somebody says, hey, I'm at 100% brokerage and I'm paying for nothing. You're not really at 100% brokerage. You're not. And honestly, as agent attractors, we know 100% is a low standard. Why would you work for 100%? Why so low? I'm making 5,000%. Like, let's talk about like how to get over 100% by taking advantage of agent attraction, by being able to get your stocks back in value by becoming an icon. Why would you settle for so little? Another thing that we talked about, we talk about it all the time here, but fast cap is not something brand new anymore. We've got 8,000 people that have gone through there and it's getting results. So, they always differentiate the people who go through it, who actually do all the activities. So you can actually complete fast cap and not do the activities, and you can see the results. So, they're still getting 3.8 listing appointments per person and 1.6 listing agreements per person. And the reason why I want to focus on this part is even the person who just goes through the process and kind of diddle daddles through the process is getting results, right? Even that person who's just going through the process and just happens to complete it and press enough buttons to get through. But those people who are turning in their assignments, right, who are doing the work, are getting 6.9 buyer and listing appointments per person and almost 4 listing agreements and buyer agreements per person. That's a big deal. Now, if you want a better copy of that, I'll show you guys where to get a clean copy of that. I want to share that with somebody else. But that's a big deal. I can tell you the last 4 people that I recruited because I said, here's what I'm willing to do for you. I'm going to put you in my coaching program. I'm not going to charge you a dime, but it's intense. It's a 3-day-a-week coaching program, and you're going to have activities, you're going to have learning, activities, and you will get results. You want to know on average what I'm doing? I say it like it's my program. You know on average what I'm getting from my agents? On average, after the 6-week process, they have 4 listing and buyer agreements. How many you got in the last 6 weeks? Now, I already know the results that they've got because I can see it, right? And if they had some results, how would you like to have 4 more? And you don't look like an average guy. You look like an above average guy. And then I'm also going to give you CRM choice. I'm also going to give you coaching mentoring. They're a brand new agent. I'm going to attach you with a certified mentor that can help you guide you and make sure the consumer has a great experience and you have a great experience. I'm going to help you get leads. I'm going to help you get all of these different things. I'm going to help you get access. So I talk about Fast Cap as if it's my own coaching program that I'm going to be in. Now, something very, very important that you guys know, they are doing finally, oh man, if Lisi's here, she's got the link. If Rebecca, I don't know if you've got the link, but they finally opened up the doors for Fast Cap, Fast Attract. Let me put the link here. I'll put it here in just a second. But they finally set up Fast Cap for attractors. And I'll put that up in just a second. The last thing they talked about, that I was able to catch from them was EXP University. And we're going to go deeper on EXP University because this might be even better than Fast Cap by itself. What you can offer an agent right now is a full service solution, right? They are able to get multiple things. I can tell you personally that if you're talking to a team leader that isn't being coached by John Cheplack, that's a big deal. How about this? For our team leaders, we have an in-house coach named John Cheplack and Leo Pereira. And when I would tell you what, John Cheplack slated. Like I wrote down so many notes, I was like, holy shit. Like I am certainly missing out. I mean, I'm subscribed in the Team Mastery series, right? And that's something free for any team leader in EXP. If they're not a team leader, they should be taking advantage of the Elite Solo Agent Mastermind. Again, being taught by Leo Barrett. He's in the game. He's not a CEO playing on the sideline, looking at numbers and stuff like that. He's involved. And I think that's a very, very powerful thing as an agent, right? You know, when you're talking about, especially when for a mom and pop brokers, like ask them, just out of curiosity, what is your broker doing personally to help you double your income this year? Personally, right? Has your broker CEO taking a personal investment in your business? Do they know you are? The truth of the matter is, like, I've never worked for a company. I've worked for multiple companies, and I've never seen a leadership crew like this. So I want to go a little deeper on this. I'm going to open up the actual site for you guys. Let's see here. We're going to open up screen 2. This is our EXP University. This is a new site. It's in beta. You guys all have access to this. But this is where, if I'm sitting down with an agent, I just open up EXP University and I start a conversation with them, right? And I'm going to find out, like, where do I need to focus my conversation? Are they an agent struggling with systems, resources, with creating a schedule, with making sure that they have leads, making sure they know how to cultivate those leads, having accountability, right? As you play detective to doctor as an agent attractor, which is what your role is, right? Your job is to be a detector, find out what their needs are, what their goals are, what their dreams are, what are they looking for in a brokerage, or what are they just needing in their business, right? I'm going to go to one of these 4, right? And just give them access. Hey man, I'm actually doing the Fast Cap program in the evening, come June 2nd if you want. We'll watch it together. You got a group of agents we're going to do in there. Don't worry about it. Keep your credit card in your pocket. No cost to you. And have a little huddle. If they're an up and coming agent and they're looking to join an organization where, you know, they don't have to go pay Tom Ferry or something like that. They can just go in there and get that kind of level training. I'd invite them into the Elite Solo Agent Mastermind. Do it with them. Click on here and say, okay, well, let's see when the next one is. And by the way, they keep recordings of these things. This mastermind's every single month, right? I'm going to go into some of the recordings. Register for live masterminds, access to past ones. I got to sign in. I'm not going to sign in front of you guys. But all the past masterminds there are there. And you might be somebody in their market, like a Tina Call or something like that, that's already done a training. And it's like, hey, how would you like to learn from one of the best people in your state? I can tell you this Team Mastery series, for me, as a team leader myself, I've been doing teams now for over 15 years. There are things I'm learning inside here that I'm like, holy shit, how did I just let this information go by me for so long and not know it, right? So I can tell you there's a upper echelon of team leader mastermind where you can actually engage and get some direct training and coaching and learn EOS and some other high-end skills. And I can tell you, as I would say, I'm in the top 250 teams right now, but I'm starving for this stuff. You can take an elite team and get them on a call with Leo and just talk about Team Mastery Series and crush it. I would tell you that if you've got an elite team in your market, and you can get me a conversation, I'll put them on a call with Joe Cheplak. Like, we have access to these guys. Like, it may take some time to coordinate it, but if we can get them on a coaching call, like, that's a big deal. It's a big deal. And for agents who are just looking for just need some agent essentials. You know, it's just a bunch of trainings on everything from open houses to how to value a property and things of that nature. It's just a library of information. And this is in the beta program. It's still getting better. I will tell you, there's your fast track class right there. So if you guys go into EXP University, you can sign up for your fast track class. There's your kickoff schedule, June 18th. Sign in, 6 weeks of live training.
A lot with this site. I don't know
What's
if you
that?
remember what it looked like, but it doesn't look like, this looks completely different.
Oh, it's way cleaner
And
now, right?
yeah, and everything is getting better. I was on a call yesterday, and one of the guys is like, we took it upon ourselves to create an advisory board, that they unofficial advisory board, just so we could give feedback to the tech team. Okay. And they were just like, hey, this is what we want to see changed. Here's the little tweaks that we would like to see, because they're boots on the ground selling real estate. And they're like, this is the technology that we need. Here's how I would adjust this. Here's where I would put this to make it easier. And they're listening. So they're working closely with our agents to get things done and get things improved for you. So if you guys have issues with anything, and you have complaints and you have actual feedback, they're very willing to listen.
So
And you'll see
I
a
just went and
lot of
signed
that.
in.
You're going to see a lot of
I'm already
organization coming.
registered. So I'm registered for the very first Fast Attract program. They got the objection handling playbook. So I'm gonna just download that for you guys right now. But like I can tell you guys, we are now going into Superman mode as far as a real estate brokerage. I truly believe, and I don't say this just to pump you guys up in any way or something like that. I truly believe that nobody can compare to us. There is no brokerages anywhere in the world that can do what we do. It's an amazing time in real estate because you know what? I've been here before. I've seen this movie. Now, when I was in this movie the last time, I was scared, to be very frank with you. I thought the world was fucking ending. I thought this is the Armageddon of real estate. I said, this is how we die. This is the end, right? But now I see it so clearly, like this is where we grow. This is where we're able to take some people basically on the ark, if you will, and bring them to safety. And it doesn't happen for a long time. It's 40 days of rain. That's all it really is, right? And it'll feel like longer. Um, but if we bring people on this arc and we help them grow their business, you build yourself an organization that you can be proud of, that you can create legacy for, but it takes action every single day. Well, not every day, just for about an hour or so right after this call. We made a commitment, you and I, all of us, that we're going to be here every Friday morning, 9 a.m. for 45 minutes, and then we're going to take action, right? So the first couple of minutes, I do want you guys to go ahead and sign up, if you haven't done so already, to EXP University and sign up for that Fast Attract pilot course. I'll be on their course too. You'll see my eyes, I'll see your eyes. I'll know that you're committed to building a huge organization, the same way I'm committed to helping you guys. I think that for those of you guys who are just getting on this call for the first time and stuff like that, first things first, build your list. Build your list. Build your list. Go through and build your list. The most important thing is once you write them down, they're coming, right? And just reach out to people, connect with people, find out what's going on. I can tell you, for me, this weekend represents buying season, right? We got a few days left of school. For some of you guys who finished school already, maybe you got a week left of school. And then you've got the buyer's months, right? Those months where people are in a frenzy trying to move schools. What value are you providing to those agents, right? What value are you providing to your own buyers? I would tell you, for me, there's three things that are happening in the marketplace right now. And maybe this isn't a production call, but maybe this might help you with your attraction. The number one reason why a buyer should buy today is selection. There's better selection than you've seen in a long time. There's a reason why you don't shop at Circle K for your produce. There's not enough selection. There's no fresh produce, right? You shop at Whole Foods or Publix or Albertsons or Key Foods or Pathmark or wherever. Stop and Save, wherever you shop, right? Because it's a bigger store. We don't stop in the gas station convenience store, even though they still sell tuna inside a gas station, which I would never eat it. There's selection. You know what selection means? You get to choose the best property for you and your family. This doesn't happen very often. We have small cycles inside of a 10-year window where buyers have an advantage. There's days on markets going up. And if you're a buyer right now, there's this great deal of it. The second thing is, as a result of number one selection, there's concessions. Right now, a buyer can get tons and tons of concessions, right? I think I saw a stat not too long ago, 61% of buyers' sides are getting concessions, right? And the reason why I'm bringing this up to you is I'm talking to agents all the time, and they're struggling with the pieces that, like how's business? Oh, you know how it is. Nobody wants to buy. Well, do you know the 3 reasons why buyers should buy right now? That's why I'm sharing this with you guys, so you can share this with other agents. Number 2 is concessions. Number 3, there's a lot of free money in the marketplace right now. Free money with down payment assistance programs, free money and I consider anything I can get from a builder or even a seller is really free money, right? When those concessions, there's just so much free money in the marketplace right now. I don't know what programs you have in your particular market, but look it up. Look it up. Find out what's going on. Find out where we can help these buyers get even better deal. And if you want to hack that even further, tell me a market right now that doesn't have price reductions. You want a bonus? The market's on clearance. The entire market's on sale. We wait all year for Black Friday. For what? It's Black Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in the real estate market. I literally just went under contract on Tuesday of this week on a property that the agent overpriced it first and lowered the price and lowered the price, and I got a freaking sweetheart deal. $70,000 below what I believe the appraisal is going to come in. I priced this property. I was like, he's way under market value. And the reason why is there's a lot of silly listing agents in the market who think it's still COVID. I don't know. But he priced the property below market value and started lowering the price and didn't understand what the market was offering. He had very hard showing instructions. Like literally took me a week to get in this property. He had crazy bad pictures. Like literally took him with a photo with his probably iPhone 14 or something like that. Like everything was resisting a buyer from buying, and his only leverage was lowering the market. The market is on clearance rack. With agents not doing enough production, they don't know how to invest in their business, and they don't have the funds to invest in their business. They're not paying for it. Phenomenal photography, phenomenal videography, phenomenal staging, phenomenal onboard strategy for putting a property in the market. So what that means for buyers is there's great deals on the market. Chris, you doing those open houses where you're doing drop-in open houses, keep doing that. Keep doing that, because that's brilliant. I feel like at every call we get one really brilliant idea. Chris, you got the ring for me. Stop into somebody's open house and be a light for them. They're struggling. They're struggling right now. Maybe have something that you can hand off. Hey, here's some things that you can do. Just in a video, it's like, I know you're probably sitting around. It's like, I actually was really inspired by this guy, Brent Gove, who did this thing called Light Your Hair on Fire open houses. And I changed my entire open house strategy. I typically get 15, 25 people to come in. I was like, hey man, while you're sitting here, take a look at this. Send them your favorite open house video. Show them Open House Pro, which is an app on show them your KV Core on how you can, use your open house app, right? But be of value to agents out there who are struggling, and don't talk to them about EXP. Be a detective on how we can give value, give value, give value, give value, and then offer some more resources. And that resource might be something that changes their life forever, just like it did for you and me. I couldn't imagine being anywhere else. So anyway, I hope that you guys take some action for the next hour, 60 minutes. I want you only to don't wash your dishes, don't eat, don't pee. I want you to take advantage of this time to do agent attraction. This is the hour of power. This is the hour of agent attraction. So don't leave, don't fidget, don't move. You're going to start calling some agents. You're going to offer some value. You're going to do some follow-up, work your 100 list. Vince, you want anything else you want to say?
No, I'm good.
Rec, you got anything you want to chime in? We got a few more minutes.
Hey, no, I think I don't know if we wanted to talk about Fixer at all, but that's a
please.
huge benefit that EXP has invested for our agents. And so specifically, if you are a capper or an icon agent, you get an account with Fixer AI for free. You can sign up. I'll find the link somewhere. But basically what it does is that it goes in and it organizes your inbox, your email inbox. And so it sorts through your emails. It lets you know if you need to reply to anything, and it automatically composes the reply back email. You don't have to send it if you don't want to, but it's there. It's proactive. You don't have to send it to do anything. It's already doing it. So there's a lot of tons of other features that you can do with it. That is not the actual link though, because we have one specifically with EXP. So that is the link for Fixer, but we have an EXP link so that the cappers and the icons can get it for free. And so it's giving tons of value, saving you time on, sorting through all your email and things like that. And I think there's a lot more to it. That's just the part that I remember the best right now. But
I actually downloaded it already, and it like prioritizes your emails and stuff like that. I was just there in the meeting. I just downloaded it. I was like, holy mackerel. Yeah. And it's
I'm gonna
free.
get that
And
link.
I pulled it up because I wanted to see like what they're actually charging everybody else for it. It's ridiculous. It is not cheap. So as a benefit, because Glenn Sanford uses it personally and he's super hyped about it. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna get this for all our cappers and icons. So imagine being able to give people money back, right? And look, according to this, the standard account's $270 a year, the professional's $450, and we're getting it for free as cappers and icons. Probably get them to do it for people with
I have
While
that link.
supplies last. So they probably don't even have enough for all the cappers and icons that are out there. So grab it. If you're a capper, if you're an icon, just make sure you sign in and get it taken care of. I've been using it for since the last attractors event, so about 3 months now, and it's saving me a ton of time. I probably sent close to 60 emails that they drafted for me last week.
Vincent,
And
there's
they
also
went
one more thing. I didn't bring it up in here. Um, it's in beta program, but they basically have an AI now for organizations. So you
I
can
heard
go
about
and
that.
click on the AI and you can ask it anything about your organization, like who's capping this month? Who's an icon this month? Who hasn't done a deal in 2 months? And you just talk to it and you ask it your AI. It
How do I
hasn't been
get that
released.
set up?
There's you had to be at the thing to be part of the beta program, but it's being rolled out. So they're beta. But I was like, holy mackerel, this is freaking incredible. Like
I
I
saw
love the fact.
a fast cap AI as well. I'm looking for it now, but you could create like seller funnels and all this content using the fast cap method, for example. And so I'm going to look that up to share that with you guys too. But if you haven't taken fast cap, you've got to take fast cap.
Yeah, I will be in the fast attract coming up that I showed you guys. I will be there. I've cleared my schedule out. Like it is probably the most important thing in my business is to be even better, right? And if you're not at the level that you want to be, they're basically carving out like here is the legendary sauce, right? Jump in here, pour that on your business, and just let that. It's just going to be incredible. I just can't wait. I'm super, super excited about all the things that EXP is doing. They basically say, hey guys, here, make more money. Hey guys, here's some more opportunity. Hey guys, even look more polished. As an ex-broker myself, I couldn't imagine ever having these tools and resources. I know that, most brokers tell they couldn't even come close to offering the things that we offer. It really is, when Glenn Sanford first came to me, and this was back in 2018, I talked to him. He said he literally compared us to Amazon, that we wanted to be what Amazon was to books. And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. And I'm literally watching him do that, literally changing the real estate scheme, literally becoming the brokerage that all other brokerages are compared to. I gotta give it to him. He pulled it off, and he's still. But the thing is, they're not even anywhere near satisfied. Every freaking quarter, they're adding new things for us to be able to offer as additional resources. It's an incredible time. Take advantage. These next 60 minutes, don't move. Stay where you're at. Put the time in. The time you put in for the next 60 minutes on agent attraction will pay you for the rest of your life. Put the work in. All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Have a good one.
Take care. Be well. Put that work in, Vic.